Bravo, very well played, very beautiful, very soulful. Now we're done with compliments and we'll move to productive part. When I think about Prokofiev, my first goal is contrast. He is obsessed, absolutely obsessed in all of his music with this great antagonism between extremes of beauty and this very typical of him, this acidic mechanical writing. That he really puts one and the other together literally on a twist of a dime. It happens instantaneously. And I would love to be able to hear it much more. I'm sure you're aware, but you come across a little bit as one of those people who knows everything, and because you know everything, you think that everybody knows everything. It's not the case. Yeah, some of our audience can't even read music, and yet this should not stop them from knowing what Prokofiev wrote, and that's your job. Yeah. So what I want to do is to basically enlarge your expressive scale, not to be afraid to literally go to extremes in order to achieve that effect, in order to achieve that. And this contrast really creates an incredible tension, which I think is very important in his music. Otherwise, we basically get the pastoral sonata, and Beethoven already did that in symphony. We don't need it anymore. Okay, let's take it from the beginning. Your opening statement, what is your dynamic marking? Mezzo forte. And you played? Realistically, what do you think? What was your dynamic when you played? It was a, yes, it was a mezzo piano, or healthy piano. With mezzo forte in mind, and you will have to react very differently now. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. This is much better. I would like to, now that we have brought everything up, here is another example of stark contrast. What is your partner playing throughout the opening? May I borrow? Of course you know. What is happening in the piano part? Duals. Di da di da di da pa 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 pam. That immediately creates tension, which you tend to. You're not playing it out of rhythm, although in the recapitulation you did. But here we need to be very clear that it is a triol. Ya ta ta tam. Make sure you articulate every note. Okay, let's try it once again. Open the sound right away. Send the bow. You don't have such a long note. You shouldn't be too afraid of losing the bow. Yes. Too late. You are too late to start the triol, and that will immediately loses the conflict. Don't listen to that. Immediately hand out. Good. What does he say? Anything else? Is there anything else written? No. The way you played, it sounds like he told you to play subito piano. Pa. Maintain the same intensity. That was wonderful. Absolutely beautiful opening. Once again. hold the sound. Good. How will we react to the change of key? Yeah, we went from D major to, from Re major to, could you give us the first? And then, and this is Do major, yeah? Which one is brighter, do you think? Which one is more alive? D major or Re major or Do major? Re major is brighter for you. I disagree, but let's make it so. In this case, it is your word against mine. We should ask Prokofiev, and we cannot do it. So we have decided that Do major will be milder. Yeah? Let's prove it. So far, we haven't. And don't be afraid. You're playing C with third finger. Make a shift. This is highly unnecessary. The result is that you're playing out of tune already 3 times in a row. Go. Beginning, and then make sure that we understand that your C major is milder than your D major. Wonderful, clear. I think you dropped dynamic too far, but exaggeration in this case is good. We must be very careful with rhythm. It sounds almost like you're playing 30 seconds. Be very careful. Let's play just the last 2 bars before number 1. Good. It's a habit, and we all do it when we have a dotted rhythm. For some reason, we think it is absolutely a must to stop the bow. Yeah? Why? He doesn't suggest it at all. There isn't even a dot on E, right? So don't stop. Go through with the note. Since we're playing piano, let's make sure that every stroke is very well pronounced, very well articulated. Feel the resistance with the string. Every note with teeth. Yes. Piano, 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 piano. If I may say, I really disagree with this. I really think that this kind of preparation before it is time to say something, we're giving away so much drama. We're giving away so much surprise. And as we said, his music is about contrast. Basically, what we have is crescendo on 2 notes. It takes a little bit of guts to do it. Yeah, a little chutzpah. So let's try it. Stay piano. Don't go up. Yeah, this is. Let's say it's unnecessary. On top of it, in his letters, he says that one word he really hates. It's interpretation. Yeah, if he says crescendo on the 4th beat of the bar, he most likely means it. Okay, let's take the second phrase. La mi mi si re pa pa. Stay. Now! Good, wonderful. Scary? Yeah, I know. Good. It should be scary to them. If you are not scared, they will never be scared. So be scared. Do hold your bow. It runs away a little bit. Yeah, you're letting it slip. Make sure you're well placed. Moving on. Forte. Loud means fast? No. No. Let's make sure that we're holding the tension. The moment you start rushing, you're losing all the tension you've built, and you've built wonderfully well. Let's do it again. La mi mi si re pa pa. No, don't. Let's have enough bravery not to do it. I know it is scary. Fine. So the worst that can happen, it will not work. Yeah, we will all, God willing, still be alive. If it doesn't, go. Stay. Don't rush. Okay, I hear tir pa pa pir. I can't hear the second note. Tira pa pa pira of every slurred 2/16. Make sure the second note comes through. Go from forte right away. Much better. Let's use a little less bow, a little more concentration in the right hand. Yeah? It's okay, I'll bring you a string. I feel it's my fault. Chair. We just got ourselves at least 2 additional minutes. Like in the Mondial, they would give extra minutes for stops. Let's take it again from here. Good. We need to compensate for register changes. When you go down to do the string right here, you have to maintain at least the same, if not more, of intensity. Otherwise, you will physically will not come through. Yeah, let's do it again. Don't waste your bow. You're wasting quite a bit of energy into thin air. Into the string. Good. And we're back right away into the lyrical mode. Yeah, it has to be immediately very, very clear. You're to my taste, you're too shy about it. You're as if coming to a swimming pool and trying the water, and only then getting in. Make sure that the sound starts and comes out right away. Better. Good. I feel with you. I feel with you. Yes. What? Yeah. Where? We have this phrase repeated 174 times on one page. I'm exaggerating. Let's choose. Really here? Then if we do it here, we will not allow it anymore. Here. That's it. You will never want to do this again. Flip a page. Not once. You wouldn't want to do it here? Yeah, me too. Let's save it let's save the best for last. Yeah, this is just the beginning. You are just announcing your thoughts. This is basically the second time this theme comes through. I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, let's do it again. The opening was much better. You have a little tendency of being shy with the bow. You don't, like in the beginning, also here. You're afraid to send the hand right away. Make sure that the speed of the bow is constant, not slow, fast, but right away at the speed. It's okay, tune. You're late. You're physically late. You're away from the instrument. Let's be ready and continue. Don't start. Continue. Good. Continue. I can't hear you. Make sure that your lower register is as pronounced. Yeah? Good. It is strange. There is nothing to play here, and yet it is so difficult. Yeah? This sextuplet here, where is it? It's unfamiliar edition for me. Yes. It is so awkward, right? Yes? No? Yes. Why? It's not awkward. Okay, well, it sounds awkward. It sounds a bit better now than when you played it the first time. To make this long story short, you're rushing. Yeah, the repeated finger comes back quicker, and then it becomes a little mumble. Yeah? Right there. And make sure that your C sharp do diez is accented. Yes. No, but either or. It's interesting. This fly is back after Hagai's masterclass yesterday. Accent the do diez, and then please do not rush. Once again. Once again. Be ready. Be prepared. Good. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. It is. We decided. Remember once. Keep going. how long is the last bar before you start playing? 2. Boom. Why are you taking so much time? Now you took even longer than when you played it the first time. Any reason? No, I don't think there should be. You are welcome to take a breath, of course. We're not machines and we're not metronomes. But we had a beat and a half of extra time. Just last 2 bars. And good. I would love to be able to hear all the bouncing 8 notes with the same kind of articulation. Right now, one note is a little longer, one note is a little shorter. Then every one of the triplets also should have the same articulation. Of course, you cannot bounce as high as when you play 8 notes. So let's give a lot of attention to both. Yeah, 8 notes, you can allow yourself a very, very healthy bounce, but then make sure that the triplet stays on the string. Go. Good. Yeah. Why longer? Because you can. When does he say crescendo? Yet again, the same thing. The more you give us information, the less surprised, the less excited we will be. Yeah? What I would like to do, yes, we are playing softer, but we should not lose energy. We should not lose the articulation. Yeah? All of this business has to be as active as when you played it in the beginning, with this kind of determination. Yeah? Go once again. We had a delay. Maybe a little bit closer. Go. Good. Scared? No? Yes? Tell me all of this. A little bit, yes. Sounds like you're scared a lot. What I would like to suggest that we really do not shy away. Let's go full force. Once again, the worst that can happen, you will play out of tune. I promise we will pardon you. The problem with this kind of playing, if you play it in tune, nobody will know. It's a pity, right? Let's take 3 bars before fortissimo. From piano, really, just like this. Yes. Yeah. Crescendo. Good. And now we will see. Now everybody knows you are playing in tune. That's fantastic. Now let's make sure that we're not rushing after that. Yeah. Wonderful. Same thing once again. Yes. Good. And you have built everything. You've done everything possible to bring this C sharp major. This is do diez major. That doesn't happen too often. Yeah? And you have arrived on this downbeat, and then the next thing I see is this. Isn't that a pity? Let's not do that. Let's take just a bar before 5. And hold. yes, with all the emotion that we have, triol will still be a triol, or else we'll lose the meaning. Yeah, once again. No, I hear right away into the top string. Yes. Good. From the string. Not more bow. Yes. Good. You realize you are in dialogue with your partner. You need to calibrate your articulation to match the piano. Right now it's much too soft. You will not be heard, not because you're not playing enough. It's not because of volume, simply because you're not speaking good. Yeah? Once again, and then I let you go. Same, let's do it once again. And it's, when you get to sol diez, vibrato right away as well. From the string. And right away, flip the character. Immediately. No, I hear impact. Yes. Good. And needless to say, now sol diez major, this is even greater happening. Slower bow closer to the bridge, and we have to stop. Beautiful, bravo. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic, exciting. And I meant we can go and have dinner not because I'm hungry, which I am, but because I think that it's basically fine. We will talk on the level of I like, you like. Yeah? Of course, it is extraordinary that at your age you play on this level, but since you play on this level, I'll demand on this level. Okay? There are many things that really took my breath away in your playing, and they have been for a while. What I'm missing a little bit throughout this segment that we just heard is a little bit of planning. Yeah, knowing, I know it's a fresh piece for you, and knowing what will happen when, and be prepared for it, and prepare certain moments in advance so you don't run yourself into musical corners. We don't want to end up there. Okay, let's start from the beginning. We'll jump briefly through the material. Good. What do? Do you begin? What is your role with these two notes?
To continue what the...
To continue. Then to continue. You have interrupted the motion. The way you have played it, you are interrupting the motion. The last group of instruments to play parim param is helped by your colleagues from back there, French horns. Yeah. So with that in mind, French horns will not vibrate as much as we can. Yeah, most likely not at all. And we will not. I don't think we should take so much time. Really continue. Let's try. Wonderful. You are fooling me into thinking that the top E is our goal. Is it? No. It is, we could argue, but certainly, you don't have your music with you, I'll show you here, come. Look at the way it is written, crescendo into forte. Where is the forte? On A. I think that's the top of the phrase, not E. Not high note is not always the top of the phrase. Let's bring all of this phrase into A. Try, just start yourself. Don't sit so long on top of E. Yeah? In here. Good. You made a mistake. And now I've made a mistake. Do you know it? Do you know what's the mistake?
Too much vibrato?
No, that's not a mistake. That's your taste against my taste. Obviously, you don't like my vibrato, but that's not the point. You've actually made a mistake. I just made a mistake. Look at the note.
You took too much time.
Where? That's right.
On the quaver.
I don't speak your language in this case. Oh, which note?
B.
Exactly. It's only a semi-quaver, right? Don't sit there. The goal is again A. Yeah? From here. And you're asking a question. Ask and now answer it. Beautiful. Good. We start the theme on the down beat, right? And then 2 bars later, a sequence comes. I don't think we need to prepare it with the previous upbeat. I don't think it's necessary at all. I wouldn't do that. Try it. Finish a phrase. I do think that the way you phrase right here is a little bit awkward, just because you're bringing each and every time phrase into the second beat of the bar. Yeah, and it's a bar of 4. Normally, which beat is the strongest? The first, definitely. If I wouldn't know what is written on the page, you would have fooled me into thinking that this is the strong beat. Let's make sure that is more important. Would you sing it? No, you would find it funny.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a little funny when we phrase it like this. Straight from here. Don't show me the phrase. I want to hear it, not see it. Vibrato on E, good, and now on B. And now with your bowings. Good. Beautiful. Good. Let's jump just to save the time here. In 5 bars, you have stopped 3 times. I think it's too much. Don't you agree? I don't think it's necessary at all. There is only one point for me where we really need to show something, and that's this bar. Yeah? I wouldn't stop here, what you just did, and then you stopped yet again here. The phrase starts here. Not here. Yeah? Let's take it once again, same place, please. Continue. Now. And go. Good. Let's really try to sing it. You're being a little too aggressive. Let's be aggressive in the next bar. Yeah, every character for a bar. Let's not switch it. Right there. Now sing. Good. And sing again. Now comes planning. If we start here, not only with crescendo, but something else you did throughout this long rise up, and all the way to, you were not only increasing your volume, you also increased. No, bow you did increase, of course, to increase the volume, but you also sped up. You really made a very healthy accelerando. And by the time we got here, we were basically playing music for Tom and Jerry. We don't want that, right? That's a very different kind of piece. But what you did, because you're so incredibly musical, you know this is not the tempo, so you took tempo down here. Let's plan it in such a way that we don't need to go forward and backwards with the tempo. We only increase intensity and excitement in our playing. Yeah, take it from here. And only work with dynamic and intensity of the bow, not the speed, okay? Try. Still piano. Little more. Don't rush. Crescendo. Now don't rush. Good. There is another way not to rush besides making accents. It's not necessary. Let's make sure that you're simply continue what you hear in the orchestra. It's one line. These are not two opposing voices. You are part of a whole scenario. Yeah, it's not them sitting there and playing, right? They're much more than that. Right there. Sing. I only said good. Go. Good. Let's use as steps to increase excitement, but not aggression. Don't kill the string. Right here. Sing. Great. Good. Just because we were almost out of time. Going into second subject. The way you played it was absolutely gorgeous. Truly breathtaking. Except I did not understand how you phrase it. I would love to hear more of a shape of a phrase. What you did was something like this. Every note was, I don't think I can play as gorgeously as you can. But the shape of a phrase to me was not clear. Do you want to phrase of the first beat of the first bar? Do you want to go to the middle of the bar? Or maybe you would like to do this. There are about 174 other versions, but there must be one that you play which is clear to us. Yeah. Tell me what will you do and then do it.
Perhaps a mixture of both.
A mixture of both. All right, surprise us. Good. So it is of the first beat of the first bar and to the third beat of the second bar. That's what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. It was still not clear. It has to come, so I don't need to ask you any questions. I'm still not quite sure. Once again. Just because we don't have any time, let's jump to Good. Every triplet that you are arriving to becomes a hair faster and faster and faster. The conductor will get a little more nervous with every one of them. This is a very tricky spot. But make sure that you project the most calm you could gather. Yes, they will love you for it. They will love you for other things as well. But when you don't rush in places that are incredibly difficult for ensemble, conductors will be eternally grateful and will invite you again. Yeah? Right away. Good. Now. Good. Let's support what orchestra is playing. Ti-dum, ti-da-dum, ti-dum, ti-da-da-da-dum. Let's phrase with them. Ti-da-pa-pa-pi-pa-pa-pa-pi-pa-pa-da-da-da-da-pa-pa-pi. Let's go to the middle of the bar. It will be much more exciting than marching through the whole accompaniment. Let's take it from... Now listen. not push the first beat of the bar. Yeah? No, don't. Yes! Good. It's microsecond late, and then it becomes later, then it becomes yet again later, and then conductor gets really nervous because something very difficult comes up. This. All woodwinds are sitting there waiting for what tempo is going to arrive, and then they're not together between them, and then of course they're not together with you. So if you create problems for them before, it will be even worse. Let's take it from here. Make sure that every rest is only something, this little time to grab the lower two strings. Nothing else. You don't wait at all. Okay? And one. Late. Don't wait long. And one. Good. Wonderful. You know that Tchaikovsky actually wrote both times piano. It became tradition to play forte and piano, and that's fine. I think it actually makes sense musically, but let's not work so hard. A little bit lighter, right there. As you climb higher and higher, let's make sure that we give a little bit more bow. Not too much so it doesn't fly away, but to increase the volume, because otherwise there is no other way to make crescendo. If we start pushing inside the instrument, it will start scratching on such short notes. Also, when you practice this, make sure that your left hand beats your right. You understand? You are always in front of the right. You should be always in front of the right hand with your left. When you do practice slowly sometimes, right? Yeah. So when you practice slowly, left hand in front of the right. Let's do it once slowly. Always prepare. Always ahead. Let's do it even slower. Even slower. Ya pa pa. Good. Wonderful. Fantastic. Good. You have another 74 years to practice this piece. So by the 75th year, your left hand will always be a little bit in front. And that's what we want. Then articulation will be always spot on. It will be always very clear. We must, and I'm very, very sorry, because I would love to know how the piece ends. But you will have to play it for me another time. Bravo, absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much.